Hey, it's been a year, and let's take a quick look at some of the things I've made for 2024. It's a cloudy day outside today. The sun has not been shining, but I thought, what way to bring in the new year and show you all some of the makes that I made for 2024. This first item I want to show you is this geometric coat that I made using the Simplicity 9854 coat pattern. I chose it because I love the design, the oversized look of it. At the same time, I like the lapels, the collar. It was not too exaggerated. It had sort of rounded edges. It gave feminine at the same time. We're still giving that kind of masculine coat look, if that makes sense. It was an easy sew. It's lined. This fabric I got from Joann. It actually was a outdoor fabric, like the kind that they use for patio chairs, outdoor material. I think it's a polyester blend. It's not natural fibers or anything like that. I was drawn to the geometric print. I like kind of that organic, earthy, geometric vibes. It's lined with just a simple anti-pill fleece from Joann. It's very warm. You can probably see that I have not finished the buttons. I think I made this earlier, January of 2024, but I still haven't installed any buttons. I did have a button that I wanted to sew on, but once I tried it with it, it was a little too small, so I sort of just put it back on the rack, kind of waiting until I find the right button for it. But it's still warm. I wore it. I kind of just took a belt and sort of wrapped it around my waist to keep it closed. So it worked. So the next thing I've made, in no particular order, is this VikiSews Cynthia blouse. I love the structuredness that this gives. I've seen this light blue everywhere. This is like one of the staples that I see all the girlies wearing on Pinterest. When I saw this fabric on Core Fabrics, yes, I knew automatically like this would make the perfect blouse, everyday blouse. You can probably see I still have a lot of sewing marks on here where I had to install the buttons. I did make a mistake adding the buttonholes the wrong way. So when they were supposed to go down vertically, I had them going horizontally. That would have made me so mad if I had gone through the entire thing and had done them incorrectly. I have to work on and get a system that works better for me on my sewing machine to install buttons so I don't just leave them and never finish them on my projects, because then what's the point of an unfinished project if you can't wear it? I did have trouble. This is actually my second blouse that I've made, the Cynthia blouse that I've made, and it did give me trouble the first time I made it. I had to really study the pattern instructions. It was a little confusing. Sometimes with VikiSews pattern, they take photos of what they're trying to tell you, but the photos don't really show that much. But anyway, I did it. I made it. The second time around was a lot easier, so there are no issues with it. It fits perfectly. The next pattern is another VikiSews pattern. It's the Kim Cardigan. I actually made two of them because I love them so much, and I have fabric laid out ready to go for the third one and the fourth one, so that just goes to show how much I love this pattern. This one, actually, I believe the fabric is from, is it Lyrical Fabrics? I'm not entirely sure. This one, I know I got this from a store that sells secondhand fabric here in Nashville. That's the thing with secondhand, you don't know the make or the material list of the fabric, but it feels like a cotton. It does stretch a lot, which in the pattern, the sewing pattern, Viki has instructions to add a plastic elastic onto the neckline to keep it from overstretching and losing its shape. And this fabric specifically really needed that because otherwise it's already sagging. These ties were very, they were a lot shorter, and you could probably see now like they've stretched out a lot. I think this Kim cardigan is pretty much a staple. I mean, it's easy to just wrap over a dress, wear it with a pair of jeans. It's just easy. This is the orange. This actually was my first time. I had just got my cover stitch machine, and it makes it so much easier to sew knit fabric. This fabric is actually from, I believe it was a fabric that I got like a clearance like rack or roll at Walmart. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure. This next one, I made 3 of them. This is the Fibre Mood Quilla top. It's a sleeveless, high neck, kind of like a boat neck almost, A-line top. It has elastic on the sides. It's so versatile in the sense of like I could just throw this on over a pair of jeans, over like a nice blouse. I could dress it up or down. It's very simple. It's easy to put on. It's just slip on, no zippers, no buttons, nothing. It's just a very simple, easy top. It was a little difficult to initially figure out the instructions. It gets very finicky around the shoulder area where it gets very narrow and you have to attach the facing to the main fabric. But once you've done it a few times, it gets easier. So this was the first one that I made. It was actually just like a clearance cheap Walmart fabric on a roll, like wrapped up in like a remnant. You can tell it's a polyester blend. It's a little stiffer, but it works pretty well for what it is. The next one that I made was an old fabric that I had sitting from Joann, a remnant piece. It was like under a yard of fabric, and that's the special thing about this too, is that you don't need much fabric to make it. It's so simple. You could just use like remnants or pieces that you have left over from another project and just put it together. Like this one was less than a yard, so I didn't have enough to do the facing, and I just used like a quilting cotton to line the inside. It works. I also did my final version of this for the year out of a lyocell twill from Lyrical Fabrics. It's just so drapey, so smooth. It was a remnant piece. I think one of they sell like the last pieces online that you can get at a discount, and they had like a yard left. So I just ordered that and made this top out of it, and it turned out so good. I'm not sure if I added any length to this top to make it a little longer because I have a long torso. So a lot of times I have to add length to items. I'm not sure if I did with this one. I don't think so. I have to check my patterns again and see. I don't think I did add any length because I wanted that crop look. So it just fits. It flows nicely with just a pair of jeans, like a long flowy skirt, like a silk skirt. So yeah. Oh, I would rate this. Should I give ratings to all my items? I think I should. The coat I would rate probably 8 out of 10. The Cynthia blouse, it's a 9. A 9. I won't give it a 10 because I did mess up the buttons, but it's like a basic. How can you go wrong with that? The Kim cardigans, 9.5. For the pattern, for the item itself, 9.5. The fabrics, they're not exactly what I want yet. Not until I make the pattern again in the fabric that I want, then it'll probably be up to a 10. But for now, the fabrics, I'll give them like a 7. Yeah, they're not the best. Back to the Quilla top. I would give the pattern 7.5. It did give me a lot of trouble to figure it out, and it wasn't the most pleasant process, but I do enjoy the top, the end result. So I'd give the top an 8 for all three of them. This is almost done. It is, let me put that there. This is the Tapioca trousers from Jessica's Patterns. This fabric is from Lyrical Fabrics. It's a lyocell, like a rich, creamy brown. These are so, I love the wide leg. It's so drapey, has so much movement. I have not finished the hem. I did start it and I messed up the pleats, so I had to undo everything. So I sort of put it aside for a little bit, and I just recently came back and finished and corrected the pleat, and I still have to add, kind of cut off any loose threads. I have to add a button, closure, and hem it, and then it will be done. I actually love the pattern so much that I made another Tapioca trouser, and these are actually shorts. I made this in a linen, like a natural linen. I did add the closure. I opted for a closure instead of buttons. I folded in, I did like a fold over hem, an exposed hem to sort of create that cuffed look. And these are so pretty. They're so comfortable. I had made these before the Twill ones, so to sort of test it out and see how it would fit on me. And it does ride up a little bit, so I have to make my adjustments to the pattern going forward to any other further makes that I want to make with the pattern. But I just love it. It's just so flowy and comfortable. So I enjoy this pattern. And I keep forgetting to rate these. The pants, the Tapioca trousers, a 9. Both of them. They're both 9s. This is actually a pattern I got from Etsy. It's actually a kimono jacket from a shop on Etsy. I'm not entirely sure of the name, sort of just scrolling through. I was actually inspired by a certain sleepwear set that I saw online, I think on Pinterest. And I love the striped, flowy, kind of wide sleeve jacket that went with the matching set, the matching pants. So I was looking for a pattern that sort of matched that, and I found a jacket pattern. It was a kimono jacket that had the lining, or the facing, had like a separate piece from the rest of the body. So I just cut the facing twice and then shortened the width of the bodice and added the facing to the bodice to sort of create this faux, I don't know what you would call, like a lapel or a collar, or just, it's not ribbing, but that sort of vibe. You have that extra piece to the garment, and it came out nice. It fits, is very comfortable. I made the pants, the pajama matching pants from the VikiSews Mara pattern. I wanted something that could be worn as pajamas but still had that sleek going outside look. I could still wear it to go out, because the another thing that has been popular this year was that boxer striped pants look. So I wanted something that I could wear outside but still wear it inside to lounge and relax in if I wanted to. So I got this fabric, this striped fabric from Hobby Lobby. I looked far and wide for this material. For some reason it was difficult to find this sort of light blue and white striped, thin striped material. I'm not sure why. And it's so chic and elegant and just cozy, breathable. It's what I wanted. So I'm so happy to be able to have recreated this. Next item is actually a wrap coat from a pattern designer on Etsy called Cami Made. I think she's a French pattern designer. It's just so beautiful, so cozy. I used like a pre-quilted fabric from Joann. This is lined with a knit on the inside, and sort of like a a gauzy cream cotton on the outside. I lined and binded everything with just a simple binding that you can get at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. Even the inside is finished with the binding. The only thing is that I'm not entirely convinced that this style kind of works with me. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that makes me feel like, okay, maybe it's not my style. Even though I loved it, I loved the photos that the designer took of it. I love the flat drawings. I even love it on the hanger. But as soon as I put it on, it doesn't feel like me. It looks a little maybe more mature. And I'm not there yet. I will be one day, but I'm not there yet. So maybe if I wear it open, but then I have these strings that are meant to be closed, and if I just leave it open, it sort of just flops around and looks a little messy. I have to decide what I'm going to do with it. I don't want to spend my time and make things and not love them and not wear them if I know that it's not entirely my style and I won't reach for it. It's kind of a waste of my time. So I need to find a way to make this work. If I have to make adjustments, maybe remove some of the ties. I don't know. You all maybe can tell me what you think of it. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it and it's fine. Maybe I should remove the ties and rework it a little bit. I don't know. I'm still deciding on that. So if you all could let me know what you think, I would appreciate it. This is actually a dupe of the Orseund Iris top that I've seen. Like, I think normally it's a designer top. It's expensive. No way would I be able to afford it. But I thought, okay, maybe I can replicate it. I could make it myself. I used the Friday Bateau pattern. It's actually a free pattern. And I used a power mesh. I believe I got it from Joann. It's just a simple like knit mesh. And I cut a strip and sort of wrapped it around my bodice and cinched it in the middle, created some ruching, and I had the top. I would rate this 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 sounds good. I keep forgetting to rate things. So I would rate this an 8. Just because I'm not entirely sold on the style on me. But it's a very beautiful pattern. This is a Vogue 929237. It's a pullover, like an A-line dress with gathers at the back. It doesn't have any zipper. It's closed with a button, which I have yet to do. Once again. But it's just a simple pullover dress. Just for summer days, to just relax, still look put together. It's just, I love this pattern. It's so pretty. It's so feminine. I made this initially from a remnant clearance fabric I got from Walmart. It's actually a satin. I believe it's a satin, like a matte satin. And I preferred the wrong side of the material because it was more matte and looked more organic to me. So I flipped it inside out, and now the right side is the inside. I made this one first to sort of figure out how I wanted it to lay, how it would work, because I did add length to this. The original pattern is a lot shorter. It's above the knee, and I wanted it to come past my knee, maybe like midi length. So yes, it's so flowy, so pretty. And once I did that and I liked the result, I went for it and cut out the original fabric that I had wanted to make it from. The inspiration for why I chose this pattern was this fabric, which is from Core Fabrics. It's a geometric, you can probably see the the theme here, but it's a geometric print. It's so pretty. It's a cotton poplin. It's not see-through, which I like. Just imagine like a simple, like that clean girl look with a sleek bun, some dangly earrings, or maybe just simple hoop earrings. It's so pretty. I also have to finish the back and then it will be complete. This one, I would rate. I would rate this a 9.5. I love this pattern. It was very easy, very simple. It's so easy. I made both of these dresses in a day pretty much. I love the fact that the shoulders are not too narrow. They're a lot wider, so they kind of give like a cap sleeve effect, but it's slightly shorter than a cap sleeve, and it gives me enough shoulder coverage that I prefer with dresses, because I'm not the biggest fan of sleeveless, at least on me. So this is like the perfect in-between of sleeveless and sleeves without having to add sleeves. The next pattern is the Cinnamon Daisy Willow Dress. I made it in a navy blue gauze cotton from Joann. I love this pattern. It's so feminine and pretty, and I love things that I can cinch around my waist and add waist definition. It's just very cutesy. It's not too girly, because I don't really gravitate towards super girly items. So it's just that perfect in between. One thing that I would change, speaking on the same line of it being too girly, is that I find that the sleeves kind of lean towards too girly, which makes me a little hesitant to wear it. I think it would be a little bit better if I did not have any sleeves and I just had it sleeveless. I might decide to remove the sleeves and just bind the edge and wear it that way, because right now it feels a little heavy, if that's the word. But the rest of it is a very easy pattern to follow. I love the ties, the details. It's just simple and pretty. Well, this is the famous McCall 7969 dress. I made it so long, super long, if you can see. I did make McCall's dress, the 7969. I did make a version previously, I think the previous year, 2023. I do have it on my Instagram if you want to follow me on Her Life Threads. You can see some more of my makes, previous makes, and ongoing makes. But this is actually a cotton gauze from Joann. It's like a simple, natural cream. It's long. It's so long. I don't usually, I'm a tall person, and I usually don't make super tall things, but I had a ton of fabric. I ordered probably like 4 or 5 yards, and I just lengthened the pattern so long. I wanted a really flowy dress that I could wear like at the beach or for like a photo shoot. It's very elegant. Yeah. I understand why there's so much hype around it and why a lot of people make it. I would rate this, I'll give it an 8. So this one is one of my favorites. I wore this for my birthday this year. I think I saw a photo of something similar to this. It was like white corduroy overalls. Just so clean feeling that I wanted to make a pair myself. And I looked high and low for the material, and I finally found it on Etsy. It was a Robert Kaufman 14 whale corduroy on Etsy. I ordered it, came in, and I used like a random pattern on Etsy. I think it's Patterns for Less, or I think that was the shop name or something like that. It was just a simple jumpsuit overall pattern. I added pockets. I made the straps a little longer so I could tie it in a bow, the waist ties, and yeah, it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. This is such a simple but like statement piece. I would rate this 9. Yeah, I'll rate it a 9. I enjoyed it. It's exactly, I had a vision in my head, and it came out exactly how I envisioned it. So how can I complain? It's like there's nothing really wrong about it. It's just an idea come to life. So yes, I enjoyed it. Last but not least, I have the Bestie bags from BF Patterns, actually the pattern company of Blackbird Fabrics. A black and a brown woven like leather. They're both faux leather. And this is such, I wanted like a staple bag that I could just wear on the go, just wear it with everything. And this has been honestly my most worn, me-made item of the year. This has been, this has like taken over all the other bags and other things that I have. I just wear this every day, every time I go out. It's simple, it's easy, it fits everything, so stylish. Each time I made it, I added like different variations or made adjustments. I wish I added like a key strap to the inside where I can kind of just hook my keys so I can always access them, because if you can see the inside, it's very easy for things to just get lost at the bottom. So I think I made this one last, and I made this one this was the second bag that I had made. So I did not add the key strap to this, which I wish I would have, because it would have made it so much easier and simpler. I actually got both of these fabrics, these faux leathers, from Amazon, believe it or not. I was inspired by that woven leather look that I've been seeing a lot, and I found this perfect brown, like a chocolate warm brown on Amazon, and I ordered it and it came out pretty good. But I would rate these, it has to be a 10, because I wear this all the time. It's perfect. It's such a staple. There's nothing that I hate about it. It's just, I use it every day. So yes, I would rate this pattern, these projects a 10. I think that's it. All the makes that I've made for 2024. I do have quite a few makes that are unfinished that are still in the works, so I might just count that towards 2025. A lot of things need buttons, buttonholes, elastic, straps, all these little fine-tuned things that are kind of annoying to do but need to be done. I sort of put that on the 2025 list of things to do. Let me know if you would want to see some of the plans that I have for 2025, some of my favorites, not so favorites, maybe a vlog day of me getting all these little projects done that need to be done. And I just want 2025 to be big and better, and allow for a lot more growth and creativity. Finally starting here on YouTube and connecting with you all and making sewing friends, hopefully. And hopefully y'all enjoy this video and you will stick around for any future makes that I have. And thank you for watching this video, and you'll see me in the next one.